rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rants and Raves. I'm Steph Beckett and I'm joined by Google's Quentin Esterhazen. So first of all, Quentin, tell me a little bit about how ISE was for you this year. Was it pretty busy?
ISE was fantastic this year. We had a lot of traffic on the booth. We had a lot of customers that we were engaging in separate meetings and events and things like that. The overall atmosphere was very energetic, in some cases very chaotic because you were busy doing an analyst pitch and then a customer just like barged through taking a photo of some of our demos, which is quite an interesting experience.
It's always like the most overstimulating show, but at the end, it's always the best show. So I totally agree with you there. What would you say your biggest takeaway is from ISE this year?
It's really around the engagement that we had with our customers, and we announced teams, and I'm sure we'll talk a bit more about that in a second. But
Yeah.
like I said, the one example I gave earlier where a customer literally barged through during an analyst demo wanted to see proof of life of the Teams integration. So that was kind of the moment that stuck out to me the most, where typically people want to see Gemini, our ecosystem, all these other cool things, but then literally just barged through, took a photo, smiled, and then walked away. I'm like, oh, okay, this is really a big deal. So that was kind of like the one thing that really stuck out for me.
Well, it is a big deal. Announcing interoperability with Teams is a huge deal. And we did talk about it in our last interview. So if you guys are watching or listening, definitely go check out that conversation as well. But I would love to talk about why interoperability is so important and why is it so important, particularly to be able to do with Teams.
Yeah, so it's an excellent question. And it's one of those situations where, as much as, I represent Google Meet and I'm a big fan of the product, we do know our customers, and even myself will sometimes have to join meetings on other platforms when you're meeting with another customer or you're working with another agency or another firm, and you can't always dictate the platform that you meet on. So instead of having to then go suffer a subpar experience or breaking out your laptop and you can't use a conference room spaces, having that ability to use those platforms in the spaces you already have is so much more important and impactful. So we already have that with Zoom and WebEx, and it's been a long time coming. And customers kept asking me, and I'm sure Ilya had the exact same experience, where people keep asking us like, hey, when are you going to be able to support this integration with Meet and for us Teams? So that's really why we want to have that. Again, Teams is very prolific in its own right. So when we have those workspace customers, we want them to be able to seamlessly meet with Teams. And the same thing when we have a very prolific Teams base and they need to be able to meet customers on Meet, that's really important.
That's a good kind of way of looking at it, because I'm sure like you would love if everyone would just use Google Meet, but that's just not the reality of what everyone's doing. We all are very locked into the platforms that we know and love. And so being able to work with each other's platform, I think is a really good thing to be able to do.
100%.
And another partnership that you guys have had, I don't think you didn't announce this at ISE, but you were showing it, your partnership with Neat in terms of showing off Google hardware ecosystem. Because, the platforms are one thing, but having hardware that works really seamlessly with Google is really important. So how is that allowing for flexibility for Google Meet and Google Workspace users?
Yeah, it's a great question. We really want to make sure that we can give our customers choice. And the first most important one is, again, it's a vibrant ecosystem out there with Zoom, Meet, and Teams. And especially when we have seeing a growing surge of customers moving to Workspace, Gemini is spearheading a lot of that change for us, is how do we make sure that when they move to Workspace and adopting Meet, it's as painless as possible. And if they already have these devices deployed, whether they're Logitech, Poly, or especially now in Neat's case, how to make sure that that transition is much more cost effective for them, much easier. Instead of having to repurpose all of your rooms, you can just switch the profile in a matter of minutes. It makes that flexibility for customers much easier, especially for those with existing hardware spaces.
Yep.
And if you're a new customer coming in and you're evolving from a startup and you want to deploy your first few rooms, it gives them more choice of, instead of just one or two vendors, we now have 3 vendors in that Android ecosystem that they can go pick from.
which is another really great point. And you mentioned Gemini. So there is a Google Gemini integration with Google Meet now. And we kind of live in this area in AV of AI being everywhere and AI not always being the most useful thing. There are a lot of manufacturers who are just throwing it in for no reason, but Google Gemini actually does help keep you productive during meetings. Do you want to talk about how that is?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. It's a key topic for us. So Gemini is a big focus for Google, obviously. And in particular, Meet, we have a very opinionated approach of how we approach that Gemini integration. And we want to make sure people remain productive and not distracted by AI. To your point, there's a whole bunch of people out there in the industry that everything's AI all of a sudden, everything's trying to grab your attention. But for us, we have a core philosophy you need to stay engaged in the meeting. So with our initial implementation with Take Notes for Me, that's exactly what it does. Instead of me scrambling to the side, trying to keep track of all my notes and missing half the conversation, I can now just focus on the conversation fully. We've also recently announced the capability of doing Ask Gemini. So unfortunately, I do run late to meetings. I'm sure other people do too. And you don't want to disrupt the meeting by saying hey, can everyone just help catch me up personally?
Right.
Now we can much more discreetly ask hey, Gemini, what's been discovered in the first 5 minutes so far? What did I miss? And it can give you personal context with it again without distracting the meeting and keep you really focused.
Which is great, which is a really great thing because I think that this is a good example of putting AI somewhere where it makes sense and where it can actually help you instead of, I feel like a lot of times in AV, we're still definitely getting our footing on it and we're maybe making everything more clunky than more seamless at this point. So that's actually something that can help everyone because as you said, we all run late to meetings. We all forget and we all get distracted by the things that are going on in our background and we aren't paying attention. And then someone says, and what do you think about that, Steph? And I can very discreetly be like, and what is the that in question?
Exactly.
Well, Quentin, thank you so much for your time. Last question for you. Where can people find more information on any of the things that we talked about today?
Yeah, so the number one place, again, that we typically ask customers or anyone who wants to know more to go, especially about new features, whether it's Gemini, whether it's Meet, or even Conference Room Hardware, is we have the Workspace Updates blog. So if you just Google Workspace Updates blog, that's the number one place. You can filter all the news based on the product experience you have there. And that's typically where you get all the latest breaking news.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Steph.
This has been another episode of Rants and Raves. Don't forget to go to ravepubs.com/ISE for all our ISE coverage, and we'll see you next time.
Rave Radio with Rave.